culture and media. And I'll shout out our Twitter right now. It's Switch Clicks Pod. Podcast could not fill that void, so I just had to go with Pod. And also Cast could not fill that void. All right, so now we're just going to tell a little bit about ourselves. Nathan can go first.
So I'm a staff member over at Zelda Wiki. Been there for quite a while now, and I will have to say that it's definitely...
Well, let's just go over the Tyler then.
Okay, well, I guess I'm a lot less interesting. I'm Tyler. I am a loser that sits in his room switching between Reddit, Twitter, and Discord all day. So, that's me.
That just might be all of us.
Fair enough.
That's every kid nowadays, our age.
Especially at the time it's being recorded.
That's true.
Well, don't date this podcast. Oh, wait, never mind. You literally gave a date right at the beginning.
I guess it's
and then Devon, go ahead.
Okay, so, as mentioned, I'm Devon. I would call myself just kind of a casual gamer because I just play games to have fun, and I don't know, play pretty much whatever I want, whenever I want, so...
Yeah, that's pretty much any of us.
Yeah.
All gamers.
Who knew we're actually all the same person?
Gamers here. We all casually play. We all mess around.
We've had this idea for a podcast since, like, 2017, I think Nathan said.
Yeah, since 2017.
It was always a joke.
Started as a joke, but then it was kind of...
Then quarantine.
Quarantine came by, and we kind of decided, let's just do this. Just do this. And
well, in Canada, we're just at the end of the quarantine. Pretty much.
Debatable. That's debatable. I mean, we're still doing quarantine stuff.
Whatever you do, don't jinx it, please.
That's true. Don't jinx it.
Yeah. So.
Those descriptions really made us just seem like a copy and paste of each
other. Yeah,
pretty much.
Little did listeners know we are literally the same person, just cloned.
Yeah.
One of us. Viewer discretion is advised. If you listen to this podcast, you will become one of us.
Maybe. That might be
expect a visit.
Yeah. Don't ring the doorbell. We'll just barge in.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I'm Dakota. I'll be your host probably for most of the episodes, unless I'm not here. That's true. And I've been creating content on YouTube for probably like 10 years now, I'd say, which is a long time. But you've probably never, ever, ever, ever heard of me.
You just haven't hit your popularity spike yet.
Well, I don't make any content.
It's
been a dead channel for the past 4 years. Meanwhile, I'm still getting like 3 to 4 subscribers a month.
Maybe it's time to revive it, you know?
And do what?
Maybe the podcast. Maybe the podcast will boost it in subscribers.
Right.
Maybe.
You can continue telling people how to get the Switch working correctly on the Mac.
Yeah, and then debating them and getting 700 dislikes on one video. That's not normal.
I know, right? We can all agree.
All right, and now we'll move on to the quick news, and we'll talk about some news that happened this week. Okay, and then this week in news, Sony announced that you can use your PS4 on your PS5, but you can't. It doesn't work with next-gen games.
It's not really surprising to say the least, because next-gen games have some form of compatibility, such as the new haptic feedback that they have on the controller.
I feel like that could easily be just avoided. Maybe just have regular vibrations.
Well, I guess it's more like. I guess what they're going for is more like the Nintendo Switch situation with Joy-Cons. Some games require Joy-Cons regardless of Pro controller.
I think it would fit better as like it's almost like the Wii remote with some Wii U games. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
it works for some, but most, at least in my experience, most Wii U games required a gamepad and/or controller over the Wii remote.
So it doesn't really come too much of a surprise to see that.
That makes sense to me because it's like they built a new console. They want to make more money off of you, right? So they're gonna have to make you buy the new controllers and things by making it so the old stuff doesn't work, right?
I guess.
Yeah, it is a cash grab if the controllers are probably going to be $100.
Yeah,
Oh
maybe
God.
they're gonna
hope they-
Nintendo. It's
I
like
hope
the
they don't-
Nintendo Switch.
I really hope they don't go down that route again, because
If that's
How
the
much?
case,
How
I
much
think
are PS4
third-party
controllers?
I don't know, but they're cheaper. They're cheaper than Switch controllers for sure.
I mean, it might be similar. The Switch, to the Switch in the way that there's a lot of like not first party controllers because they're so
that's
expensive.
true,
You're like,
yeah.
parents are like, well, it's $30 and I can get this Mario branded controller that breaks in 20 cents, but at least it's not 100 for one set of Joy-Cons.
Yeah, that's really true. There probably will be licensed controllers out there for that.
I just hope the PS5 controller comes in something other than white.
I personally like the white,
Heck
but I can
that.
see where
They probably will do that, considering controllers aren't
Like,
always
don't get me wrong. The white looks good, but I don't know if I want to use that every day because the white will
it'll
probably
get stale
disappear.
eventually. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You
I have a
know-
white Xbox controller, but I'm not sure how similar they are. It hasn't. It's not bad, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't hate the color scheme of the PS5, but I think a different color probably look better on a shelf because most consoles are dark, and just having a white right in the middle might be a little.
Then again, that
And-
can also change depending on a person's room, right? Because, like, let's say you have like a just black room, then yeah, sure, the black controllers would look better. But if you had like a white room, then I don't know. That's just my opinion because I like
Think
aesthetics.
of it, it kind of applies to the console itself as well. Like the entire PS5 is kind of white,
Yeah.
with a little other colors, but
Have they
Very
shown off
white.
other colors of the console?
They have not. No,
Not.
they'll probably release a anniversary edition, and it'll be all
like
black.
10 years ago. Yeah.
It'll
I
be
want
a
to get the
like
green
a-
checkered Minecraft edition.
Oh no! Did they make the Xbox itself that color, or was it
I
just?
don't know.
I think it was dirt,
No.
like a dirt
Just the
block,
controller.
and then the controller was a
Controller,
creeper.
right?
Yeah, the only thing I remember, I had a Wind Waker themed Wii U.
That was
That
actually
was kind of cool.
That was
I really like that
cool.
one. But I don't know.
Kinda
The
surprised people
Minecraft
really
one looks
never-
kind
So the
Yes.
quote they gave that Sony gave is, "We believe that PS5 games should take advantage of new capabilities and features we'll bring into the platform, including the features of the DualSense wireless controller," which is just okay. That makes sense.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
But-
that's
but-
pretty much the reason
Haptic
why.
feedback is one of the only things that are new.
Yeah,
They
I'm
have
not
to
very
say-
familiar with. I don't really know what is new.
So essentially, the games, like game developers, are allowed to adjust the sensitivity of the trigger buttons. So on the DualSense, it would be R2 and L2, and it would depend
Oh, okay.
on. It's very situational. Sometimes you'll feel the triggers would be really light, or sometimes it'll be really hard to press down. Something like that.
That sounds nice for game developers, I guess. But I
think
can't
really
help.
overlooked
It kind of
it.
feels like motion controls. Like I'm willing to bet in like 3 years, maybe even a year into the console's life, it's gonna be like a common thing where it's like, ugh. Like with the Wii, people are always like, motion controls. Of course, they're just
Oh,
trying
I
to shove
can't-
it into the game.
People will probably get annoyed by it more than they would like it.
Yeah, maybe one game will do it well, but I can't help but feel there's going to be like a third-party game. You're going to be playing third-party games, and like out of nowhere, it's like really hard to press the triggers down or something. And you're like,
oh, that really makes me scared even more for GTA 5.
Yeah, what if you're like strangling somebody in GTA 5 and all of a sudden you have to push the triggers and they're really hard? Or in Tomb Raider, you're pushing a
now with real strangling action.
Or like when you're holding a gun, in the left trigger, it's going to be really easy, but in the right trigger, you're going to be holding a gun.
Honestly, like, I don't know what to say. The haptic feedback can really only go so far compared to what Switch controllers have offered so far. I'm not sure if the amount of features the DualSense has can match those that the Switch has.
Like
I mean, it always comes down to price.
That's true.
Yeah.
If it's like $150, I don't know if that's going to sell very well with consumers.
Yeah,
okay,
like,
150 is ridiculous already for an accessory when you think about it.
I mean, how long is it's going to take them forever to release the controllers? Have they not really? I'm pretty sure they haven't released the price of the console yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. I'm not sure if they will.
Speculation.
They have a state of play, I think tomorrow, and they're not. It's only talking about PS4 games.
Oh.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised because they still have a lot to develop for the PS5.
I think personally I am gonna get a PS5, but it really comes down to price. Show that off soon because it will be a lot harder to convince someone to. It'll be a lot harder to like buy if the console's stupid expensive. But I don't see it super expensive. I feel like it's probably gonna be maybe a little more expensive PS4 at launch. I don't see consoles keep going up and up in prices. It's gonna get to a point where people are like, I'm not buying that.
They're gonna have to wait until the console development slows down, basically.
Maybe the companies are just gonna companies might just keep making them more expensive and wait until it reaches max capacity, and then they'll start cheaping, like making their consoles cheaper. I think they're gonna wait until it gets too expensive. They're gonna see how far they can, because it is a draw.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't stop Apple.
True, but Apple does things a little differently.
I guess they are known for premium products that people will pay for anyway.
Well, I mean, Apple. It's not like difference. At least personally, I haven't experienced too much difference between Apple and Android or something. Is a lot more. They're more similar than like the Xbox and PlayStation, kind of, because I don't know. I feel there's not as many, or is at all too many things exclusive to certain. Then again, I'm not a connoisseur in so I could just be very.
What's the number that you guys would give, like, of your maximum price you would pay for the Series X and PS5?
$600, I'd say.
Wow.
500 Canadian or 600 Canadian.
Yeah, that sounds.
I would have to range between the 400 to 600, depending on how similar it is to its predecessor consoles, right?
Yeah, I'm probably the same with Devon, around there.
Yeah,
because
500 seems about right.
I'm not. I don't think I'm spending $700. I don't think I'm ever going to spend $700+ on a console. If it's $700+ I'm going to wait for it to go down, or until PS5 thin comes in, goes down.
They call it thin.
The price.
Probably called Slim, like the predecessors.
Yeah. Slim is just the fancy corporate way of saying
smaller.
The PS5 minus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but like if it's too similar to its predecessors, then like I would expect it to be cheaper because like you're basically buying the older consoles but for newer games. But if it does have like brand new technologies and stuff that is actually worth extra money, then you could maybe talk me into a more expensive price for a newer console.
Also a matter of features too. Like I don't really see that much new with the PS5 other than we have more powerful hardware, but that's as far as they can really go.
I think that's kind of all consoles though. Like you're ever gonna see like an N64 to GameCube jump graphics anymore. Like unless they start making games and animate, they just film people acting it out. I think that's the only way really you can get more realistic without going like absolutely crazy budget.
All right. The next thing is we have some Disney news. Mulan, the live-action Mulan, it's been delayed a bunch of times because of coronavirus, Mr. Virus, and Mulan is now coming to theaters and Disney Plus. And on Disney Plus, it's going to be $30 for Disney Plus members. So you have to pay the Disney Plus fee, which is like $5 to $9 or so, and then another $30 American, just to get the movie.
Well,
What do you
that doesn't
think?
seem like a too
That's not
stupid.
bad.
Yeah, like if I'm being honest, thing Mulan, it's like almost like if you don't want to go to the theater, you can just watch the movie as if you're going to the theater at a cheaper price, kind of. Depends how much you spend it. But like, especially if you're in like the US, another place that is not dealing with this very well. And I'm assuming because if I this correctly, I'm pretty sure Mulan's only coming out to select theaters. Like I'm feeling probably aren't gonna get it. If I remember
Probably whichever
correctly.
ones are open.
Yeah, like you're in a place where your theater is open, getting it for $30 on Disney Plus doesn't seem like that bad of an idea because you're gonna spend money. I don't know. Maybe the theater experience is really important to you.
I saw a good point online. It was like for one person, $30 is a lot for one movie. But if you're a family and you want to watch this new movie, like a family of 5, $30 is a steal compared to what you would pay at the theater.
Oh,
I think the best way to get your money out of this is to like either get into some sort of video call or something with people, and you can find a way to get a bunch of people to watch the movie
Legally.
if you're on your, because I think you can download things off of Plus.
Yeah, you can.
So you there's probably a way you can a bunch of your friends online to watch it. So you spend $30 for more than just one person.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're in a situation where you can get a bunch of people to your house to watch this movie, you might as well go to the.
Well, then there's also, once again, if you think about, we're in the COVID times, yeah? So if you, let's say you really want to watch it and you love the theater experience, but then you're also super like, I really don't want to risk it, even though where we are, it's probably a lot safer than a lot of other places, right? But
I wouldn't say a lot, but some.
Yeah. But still, the point being, like, you could have what you would feel as a safer movie experience rather than going to a theater to watch it.
Yeah, like it is a much safer option. The theater's almost like risking it for not too much more.
Much of a difference, basically.
Well, it depends how good your TV is, I guess.
Yeah.
Like maybe going to the theater is like the only way you can get some like really high quality stuff because like I don't know, you still have a cube of a TV.
Like if you have like a surround system in your house and maybe a big screen 4K TV or something like that, then That's definitely up for debate. But
Well, if
like,
you have that set up, I think $30 is nothing to you.
$30 is
Yeah.
nothing. But like, if you were to compare the two, it's probably nothing. Then like there's people. Not everyone has a surround system hooked up to their TV, so it's up for debate whether.
I mean, I think it's probably a good thing for Disney Plus. Like we were talking about how it's a really good deal for families, and considering it's Disney Plus. Like I assume Disney Plus, because it's Disney, probably has a good amount of families as the viewer base. So
Yeah, I assume so too.
I think putting it on Disney Plus is pretty smart, and it depends if they do this for if they start consistently doing this for their movies coming out. I don't see a problem, because it really just comes down: do I want it in the theater or do I want to watch it at home? Like
theater technically already do something like this already. You already see like those ads that tell you, oh, you could download the movie early and then watch at home before you come to the theater.
get our Cineplex points, and
yeah. It's kind of like that. It's already technically already happening.
But is Mulan the right movie to do it? I feel like Mulan is just kind of one of the movies that people would skip if it was $30. But something like Black Widow,
Yeah.
I feel like people would be putting money on the table.
Yeah,
well, I think it just comes down to they're starting with Mulan, maybe because it's a movie that they don't expect to make as much money as some other things coming out. So it's like a test almost to see where the interest is. Because if you blow it all on like when Black Widow comes out or something, which I feel is a lot more hyped of a movie, when you're waiting for like no one, like if very little people buy this and you've wasted something, I guess, on Black Widow, then again, what is there to waste? So maybe it would be a better idea. Because I don't see, never mind, yeah. Wait, there is really no downside, is there? Because you're just putting it on, getting extra money. Like, I don't see where you'd have to pay money on Disney Plus. Maybe there's something secret in the background.
You have to be a subscriber, and then you have to pay $30. So it could be upwards of $40 if you're a new subscriber, or you could just use a free trial and then pay $30.
Well, I'm just thinking on Disney's side, they really have to do. Does this cost them anything more to put this deal onto Disney Plus? Like, is this just we might make more money and there's really no downside to it?
There's also no middleman.
It does cost their servers, I believe, because they're streaming it.
That can't be that much, though.
Can't be much, but there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people watching.
Like to Disney though, a cost for a better server is probably like nothing.
Yeah, I guess that's up for debate as well. But
yeah.
But Disney, like whatever they're doing, I think it's just for the record. I guess it's how Disney always does it. There's really nothing stopping them from pricing this too high or too low.
Yeah. I'm also thinking, like in terms of movies, like you guys mentioned, Black Widow will be super hyped, right? They could, or Disney could be playing on nostalgia because they've been just redoing all of their animated movies and
that
live
is
action,
kind of the
right?
point to remaking this.
I think whatever they price it at, they're probably always playing it safe because they're going to be playing on nostalgia with the live action ones.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So
I mean, I guess if you still have Disney Plus right now, there's probably something nostalgic on there. So,
there's
like I personally still have Disney Plus. I don't really know why. Mostly because I've never seen The Simpsons and we want to see it. We're watching through it, and that's taken us now to get through it. But yeah, most of the time, if you still have Disney Plus right now, probably to rewatch the Disney movies you grew up or something. Yeah. So putting Mulan on there is probably a pretty good idea.
Although I've heard about what people thought about the trailer already. People were kind of scared that it wouldn't be like original animated movie.
Well,
that's the kind of the case with all of them.
Really the point.
That's once again nostalgia, right? Because
this nostalgia, I don't think this movie's meant for nostalgia.
I don't think
necessarily.
this is
No.
Mulan's problem, though.
Yeah, what I mean by nostalgia is
oh.
everyone's going to be comparing it to the first time they watched the animated film, right? So they're all going to be like, the animated film was so much better because, well, that's just how they felt, right?
Yeah.
Fortunately, it's not even like the original Mulan story. That's not even Disney.
They took out the dragon guy, whatever his name was.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, okay, I guess what they were going for is a much more darker, realistic tone compared to all the other live-action rehashes of Disney. Like, this is sort of something to more cater to more like, I guess, people who like.
Well, whoever saw the original is grown up, and then now they're gonna watch a more darker toned one. That makes sense.
Yeah, I still don't think this is Mulan's problem, though. Like, it's the same thing with Aladdin, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. Like, they all are. They're pretty much just remaking the movies. Some are hits, some are misses. I think some people aren't like it. I think they're just gonna do this with all their movies that they can. Like, it's not.
Well, except for, well, I guess some of them they're actually rehashing them in a way that makes them feel original compared to, well.
I personally, I did like the Aladdin one because it didn't feel like Will Smith was trying to be
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, yeah.
Just
They
himself.
built the genie around Will Smith's face. Like, I personally liked that one because it didn't feel like the movie, but again, like Lion, it was the movie, but again. I think Lion King is probably the only one I don't like for that reason. I like Beauty and the Beast, but I have for not liking that one.
Beauty and the Beast rehash felt more like it felt more like the exact same movie, but you added more music.
Well, yeah, they added more music. They added like one extra plot point. Love. It was an okay plot point. I don't know. I think down to the movie was very similar to the original, but the singing was worse.
Yeah, added so many more songs to that movie.
I'm saying like there's pretty obvious auto tune specific. It's like some of the singers were objectively worse than the original.
And then Disney Plus also had their quarterly announcements, and they said that there's going to be a Disney Plus event where they cover changes from COVID. They didn't mention what is going to be in the show, and then they also mentioned that the Mulan for $30 is a one-off, so they probably won't do it for the future.
Dang, that's upsetting.
Like, the movie was supposed to come out in March. Just remember that. So
yeah, okay, fair enough.
I guess Black Widow was also supposed to come out in May.
Yep. And then they delayed it. They basically delayed every MCU movie back towards,
I guess,
one step.
They're probably expecting Black Widow to make more money than Mulan.
That's
so they don't want to risk 30. They don't want to risk getting less money from putting it out on Disney Plus. Or
that's true.
They want as much money as possible.
Speaking of risking things, Nintendo this morning just put out another trailer, just out of the blue, for a Pikmin 4. Pranked ya, Pikmin 3 Deluxe.
Oh boy, that is a really... Honestly, I think it was a smart move on their side, because Pikmin 3 was kind of still a heavily requested port. A Wii U game.
Yeah, I'm definitely not picking it up, but I own Pikmin.
See, I don't own Pikmin 3, but I played a bunch of the demo on the Wii U, so I'm gonna get it.
Personally, I would also want to try it out. I guess that's really the reason why Nintendo's been more focused on ports lately.
It also could be just one of those last minute things that were like, okay, it's COVID time, let's just give you guys all the code to Pikmin 3, and you guys can just make it quickly, and then we'll release Pikmin 4 6 years after we announce it's almost done.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
personally, I might get beaten up for this, but the only Pikmin game I've played is Pikmin 3, and on top of that, I never beat it because I didn't like it that much. I don't know. I guess
okay,
Pikmin isn't for.
not like me, who played 0 Pikmin games at all. Like, I've never played a single Pikmin game.
I mean, the only reason I have Pikmin 3 is because you got it for free from getting Mario Kart 8.
Oh yeah, special deal.
Yeah, so
I think it's
I don't know.
coming out October 30th. So
I
guess we don't have a game in September.
unless
Well, I
they
mean-
unless they shadow drop another announcement and
Oh, wait,
And
no,
then
you're talking about.
I did hear there's a bunch of rumors still going around that August we're gonna have a Nintendo Direct, but we do this every single month. So
swear,
Yeah,
there's rumors and there's leaks, and I don't believe half of them, honestly. Like,
come
They're-
on,
they're
Nintendo! I'm foaming at the mouth for another Smash Bros. Character. That's pretty much what most directs come down to.
it just has to be
Yeah,
a surprising
everyone-
character.
You either want
everyone wants
Metroid
characters
Prime,
that-
Pikmin, some form of like something for Breath of the Wild, or another Smash Bros. Character. That's really that's what everyone's waiting for.
Give
Yeah.
me
I guess
the Mario
also-
remakes.
Yeah, Mario remix. They want Sunshine HD.
Dude, I want 64 HD. What are you saying?
Just play it on the DS.
That thing's crap.
I know.
Who plays a 3D game on a D-pad?
No one.
Just
Their
emulate it.
name starts with
Sorry, I
Nin
couldn't say it
and
too loud. The Nintendo
Nintendo.
ninjas would get me.
That's true.
Yep. Legal activity there. I have to take you in.
Oh no, I'm hearing them. They're at my door. Help me.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now. This podcast is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for the support. Now back to the show. So, if you don't know, there's a global pandemic right now. And so what have you
Wait,
guys
what?
been doing
No.
the last 6 months?
Well, I've been playing quite a wide variety of stuff. Most of them are pretty old, I'll say, but as of recently, I've been exposed to 2 new games on my Switch. The first one is Paper Mario: The Origami King, and I've heard some great things about it, some bad things about it, so I decided to try it out because I feel like the Paper Mario series is definitely something I need to go back to. And the other game I tried out, well, it's kind of more of an accessory, but I got the Nintendo Labo VR kits recently. It has been really
Wait,
fun.
how much was that?
It was $50 Canadian for the starter kit.
Oh,
And I'm
yikes.
waiting on 2 other kits
Yikes.
that are $25 each.
Wasn't it like $20 at Walmart?
No, it wasn't. No, I think that was a different kit, I believe.
Yikes.
With that $50, you should have just saved up for a real VR headset.
Honestly, I have no other games I'm interested in for VR aside from the stuff that Nintendo has to offer. And I know how bad some of them are, but I gotta try them out for the novelty.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Like, I want to go through an entire playthrough of Breath of the Wild in VR because
Oh, that will make you sick.
I've heard very bad things about that. But why resist it? Because Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games ever.
It's an experience.
It's an experience for sure.
Who knows? Nathan might end up speedrunning The Legend of Zelda with the
Oh my
VR.
god, that's a little ambitious.
You need to find all those secrets in VR so we can put them on the wiki.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm totally gonna do that.
But you said you played the Origami King, so I got that. The last Origami King, the last Paper Mario I played was Super Paper Mario. I still prefer Super Paper Mario so far.
Honestly, I have to agree with you on that because Super Paper Mario, like, it at least requires some level of skill compared to the Origami King, which kind of is a puzzle game when you think about it. It's
I mean, the only Paper Mario I've ever heard is Sticker Star, so I don't think I'm
oh, that's,
Yeah,
I
your
don't think I'm the
expectations are
demographic.
very, very, very low.
really low. Yeah, I've been starting to get interested in like Mario RPGs as of recently. Just in general, I've been kind of going on.
Yeah, all 3 series.
Yeah, I've also played a couple of Mario Luigi games throughout.
Have you played Mario RPG, the
Oh,
Legend of
actually,
the Seven Stars or something? The one with
no,
Gina, that one.
I haven't played that one yet, but I might do it if I'm not held
You
back.
can play it, and then you can understand why people want Gino for Smash. You can maybe you'll become one of the people that want Gino for Smash.
I just know.
I don't
I just
understand
know
that.
that. Just know that there are other candidates to DLC that I don't really bother choosing anymore at this point. I just go with what people want.
Steve for Smash, Steve for Smash, Steve for Smash.
Warcraft Steve for Smash is one of my.
That's my #1 character. I want him so badly.
I really don't care who gets into Smash. It's like, if the character's fun, I'll play them. Unfortunately, the 2 characters that have come out recently, I did for fun. So, yeah.
Oh, what did you all? What did you do during this quarantine? What did you guys do?
Oh, I guess I can go next. I pretty much I did things. I haven't been playing games that much. Anytime I decided to go through all the Lego games with my mother, starting with Lego Star Wars and going all the way up to the most recent one is Lego DC Super. We own most of them. I think we're missing the Lego Movie 2, the game, which I don't really care about, and then Lego City Undercover.
Oh, that game was. That was a mad. That last one was a mad Lego game for me.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten through a large amount of the games. We're currently up to Lego Marvel Superheroes, which I'm not playing personally. My sister wanted to play that one, so she's playing it with my brother. Mind the thumps, the Nintendo Ninja are currently breaking through my.
But now, are you just finishing the stories, or are you 100%ing them?
Oh, 100%ing them.
Holy crap!
Oh, that is.
Yeah.
That's
It's pretty big. There's there's a few that have been skipped. Like we didn't 100% Lego Harry Potter 1 because it glitched and we weren't able to get the last thing we needed, so we're stuck at 98% on that one. We weren't able to beat Lego Batman because the disc is pretty much scratched to the point of no return. We were able to beat the entire story, but there's one level that won't load anymore and will crash when we. So we didn't 100% that. We didn't 100% Lego Harry Potter years 5 to 7 because we didn't like it. We thought it was boring.
At least you tried.
And we didn't 100% Lego Lord of the Rings, but we did beat the story on that one because we also thought it was boring. Because all the characters are just the same. Yeah, so other than that, I've played a bunch of... actually, I haven't too many. The only other note... Oh, there's 2. I've been going through Pokemon ROM hacks that I haven't played through before. Like the notable ones that... Because I'm fairly new to playing through Pokemon ROM hacks, and I just want to see what's out there. I haven't really experienced that I care to talk about. And the final game is a game that it came out, I think, like last week, a few weeks ago, called Carrion, in which you play as a bloody ass of a horror monster, in which you want to run around the map, murdering scientists trying to escape. It's really weird, fun, has surprisingly good action bits, and some pretty decent puzzles. Yeah, those feeling. That's
Action
pretty
game.
much. I think that's it.
Did you mention it was on the Xbox Game Pass?
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, I forgot about that. If anyone has the Xbox Game Pass, I recommend it. It is on there. I guess it's because we'll have it.
And anybody should have the Xbox Game Pass. That's the best thing ever.
Yeah,
There's too many games on it for me to play right now.
fair enough. Most of the games I get on it, I go on, check out the first level, and go, yeah, I'm going to continue playing Pikmin games. Or something like that.
Fair.
All right, Devon, what have you been playing?
I guess I've just been going through Steam, and unfortunately, it was not with you guys, but I have another group of friends that we've just been playing like Destiny 2 or like Jackbox games, stuff like that, where you can play it with a lot of people.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
This guy's primal.
But so yeah, we've just been bouncing around. I've been mainly playing Destiny until it got boring because yes, they did just come out with a brand new update, which I totally think is amazing and it's really cool and lots of new weapons. I would recommend you play it, but at a certain point, playing for like 2 months straight, it gets kind of boring because it's just, oh, go shoot thing, go shoot other thing, go shoot last thing. Then I don't know. I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles because I got that right before quarantine.
I really want to try that actually.
I recommend it if you just want a chill game where there's a little bit of strategy in like attacking, because I get it, but I don't understand. They changed the attack system for each of their 3 games, like for 1, 2, and Definitive Edition.
Oh, don't forget about X.
Well, that is what I'm considering 1 because I didn't get the Wii version, unfortunately. But the fun part about it is it's all straightforward and follows the same basic concepts. So no matter which one you're playing, you can figure it out fairly quickly. But otherwise, you can just sit there, watch this whole. I get enthralled in the story, personally.
Yeah, I think that's why I also like the Xenoblade series as well.
Because it's not overly complicated, and there isn't like a ton of like backstabs or things like that. But it's also like, yeah, I can get into this because it has its own fair bit of lore. But then
I recently got the Wii version, like right before the Definitive Edition came out. It's like, you know what, I don't want to spend the entire price, so I decided to get it. I haven't played much of it, but I'm kind of excited to get into it. Apparently,
will say though that at least it has different gameplay than other Xenoblade games. Because I think even the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 DLC, its own like gameplay style compared to the base game.
Oh, it's completely different.
Completely different game. It's basically its own game, but they market it as
Well, it is like I would say like the comparisons between them all. In the first Xenoblade, it's just which skills you're using. Then in the I guess the Definitive Edition or Golden Country, the Torna one.
Oh yeah.
It's basically instead of having abilities, it's more there are a little bit of elements tied in with weapon choice. So it adds like a weapons triangle like Fire Emblem. Then another thing with the second one, it is all about which elements you use to fight which elements. But anyways, I enjoy it. They are grindy games because like one person can give you 20 quests, but to do the 20 quests, you have to do the quest before the next one. And it can just get long and tedious. But if you're willing, like if you just have free time and don't want to do anything, like I've had all COVID, just sitting there and playing a game like this, it's super calming and just nice to do.
I've heard from a friend that any Xenoblade game is a commitment. Basically, you just have to commit a lot of time to it if you want to do stuff in that game. And I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more after playing Xenoblade 2.
Yeah,
it was too much of a commitment that I kind of dropped it.
Well, Xenoblade 2 also has something like, I estimate, 100 hours worth of cutscenes.
Oh yeah, that
Holy
too.
crap!
Wait,
really?
I only played for like 10 hours of the game when I just tried to play it, and I had 110 hours on it, and I was like,
Think of it like an actual anime show.
Yeah.
That's insane. What the heck?
Monolith has gone like so far with that. It works, but
yikes!
it takes a long time to get.
Looking
Pokemon
on
should take some notes.
YouTube real quick, I was interested in how I just looked up all the cutscenes, like how long one big video is, and it's 13 hours.
Gosh.
Cutscenes from chapter 1 to not sure how long the game is, but
that's like 6 solid movies. What the heck?
It's 13 hours.
Well, it has like 10 chapters. Each chapter has like at least 10 or like a lot of cutscenes, and all the cutscenes are decently long on their own.
Well, don't forget about the conversation segments of some of the games.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is definitely an investment of your time, but I recommend it if you're just like you just want to have a chill, just sit there, watch stuff happen. You barely have to do anything game. But then I guess most recently I've gotten back into Paladins, which I know is like, oh, it's free Overwatch and I will be judged for this. But like
and it's true.
Oh, I'm not denying the fact that it is true. It is just rip off Overwatch. But I do enjoy it just as like its own thing because it's a game that I am decent at, and my own little pet peeve, I guess because I've never played Overwatch, when I watch videos of it, I don't see people's health bars go down. It's just kind of, oh, it's full. Oh, wait, now it's empty, you know?
Overwatch is like a notoriously place, so maybe Paladins is a good break from...
Yeah. But like here, I can actually see when my health is going down, and I know what caused it.
Well, at least, yeah, that pretty much just shows the balancing between the two games. Yes, balancing in general is different.
But it is definitely a preference thing. Like if you want to pay the money and like get good at Overwatch, go for it. I would probably recommend that over this because it has way better graphics.
Hey, yeah,
and
there's
all that, right?
Glitches. Like, I think playing the game, like just a game of Paladins is kind of hard. Like it's more common to find a glitch while playing for an hour, not a glitch. Like I can't count the amount of times, I don't know, something happens and then someone slips through a wall or something.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, it's messy.
See, my experience, I haven't seen that many glitches myself, but that could just be I got lucky.
Maybe the glitches also come from crappy Wi-Fi. Maybe
I
you just get disconnected.
I would think that. But I do think there are a lot more ways to abuse the system in Paladins. Because, like, for every single character, you have, like, 16 different abilities where you can choose 4 per round. Everybody has, like, 4 different customization options as well as loadouts and things like that. So depending on, like, if you can get a group of your friends to play with you, you can make customized loadouts where you just become broken. Right? Like, I remember when it first came out, me and my buddies, I think it was you included, Tyler, but we made a plan for 2 seconds to make one character able to one-shot an entire team with just basic abilities.
Early Paladin not balanced. It isn't greatly balanced now. Like
No.
Some characters with proper loadouts could take an entire team. One character without proper loadouts could take on for like a solid minute without dying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the game's it's fun. It's broken in a fun way.
Yeah. So like if you just want to mess around in an Overwatch style game with your friends, I would recommend it. Especially because they have such a I think they have more characters than Overwatch does.
Oh, yes, by a lot.
Yeah, so you could plug in the basic, like, oh, you find your character that you're good with, or if you're like me, you try to get decent with all of them so that you don't make people angry.
Yeah, fair enough. I think the only problem with all the characters is you have to, like, it takes a long without the game end up in-game currency to buy them. Like, when the game first came out, it only cost, like, 8,000 gold to get a character, and 1,000 gold to get a new character, but now it's, like, 30,000 gold to get a new character, 15,000 to get a new.
Yeah.
So.
And then I guess they've also jumped on the bandwagon of battle passes, where you can get fancy skins.
Battle passes.
You know, all those great cosmetic things that you don't actually need, but they trick you into thinking you need because it makes you feel good.
Also promotes toxic communities.
I haven't voiced Paladin, so who knows? Maybe it is a horribly toxic.
Just don't go in ranked and you'll be fine.
So the game's
that might be the same with Overwatch.
Well, yeah, for any game with ranked.
Yeah, any game ranked you go into it, you're getting hounded for being bad when you're like, dude, I just pressed play like 10 minutes ago.
I don't understand that voice.
Oh gosh.
Yoshi players probably have very spark.
So
I
the
think
quarantine
Smash is probably
game,
the worst game.
So the games I've been playing in quarantine are I've been playing a good amount of Assassin's Creed games.
That's
It's
interesting.
very weird. I tried Black Flag like 6 years ago. I enjoyed it for like the 20 minutes I played it, and then I played and finished Assassin's Creed Unity, only because I got it for $5 physically. That was a nightmare of a game. I was just getting through it, and it was just kind of mind numbing almost.
Yeah, that's pretty much why people didn't like that game.
But then I got Origins and Odyssey because I heard those two were like stupid good.
Mm-hmm.
And right now I'm playing through Origins, and it's really good. It's like it has an RPG system where you get XP and you level up your character, and it's really rewarding on what you do. And I'm also interested in the story.
If I could get like either Origin or Odyssey for a good enough price, or if either way, those are games that I've always been played.
I'm really excited for Valhalla because that looks really cool.
I didn't even know it existed.
It's a Viking.
Well, yeah, I assumed.
And like you can build your own like city or your own town through quests, which is really cool to me.
Does that sound so much like an MMO?
Because it might be RPG MMO.
Do it.
New Assassin's Creed. Now you can make friends with your fellow teammates walking over.
I was thinking, like, why don't they do like a 100% online Assassin's Creed game?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other game that I was playing is Animal Crossing, of course.
Okay.
Like everybody.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I have like 200 hours on it, but the thing is, I logged in like twice in the last month. I got bored.
Honestly, it doesn't like with the amount of content Nintendo's bringing in that game. I'm inclined to agree that it looks like a game that you can get bored of really easily.
Like, the first 2 weeks were super fun, and then I kind of ran out of stuff to do. But then they kept adding stuff, and I only log in when they add stuff.
It's like but yeah, like I remember when Animal Crossing first came out, I saw like for like a month after the game, like every like on YouTube, the front page was just filled to the brim with Animal Crossing videos, and now like you see 3.
Yeah, because there's not much more content to talk about. Oh, I can visit your island without you being there. Oh, there's fireworks now on Sunday nights. It's like, come on.
Animal Crossing. It's come down to the point where people make games in the game. Animal Crossing can to keep the game out.
Mm-hmm.
And then
hey, at least it was worth the craze when it came out, because it came out at such a convenient time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like what were the like Nintendo was clearly not anticipating something like this.
I don't think anybody was.
Nobody was for sure, and kind of I guess you could say it's also a bad thing for other game companies, because
I think that might be what happens when you don't release a game for like how many years and then release one with the amount of hype Animal Crossing.
Like I feel bad for Doom Eternal. I really feel bad for that game because it was hyped as much. It was hyped as much as Animal Crossing, but when the quarantine hit, it just.
I think Doom Eternal people got it and enjoyed it. I just feel internet interested in Animal Crossing. Like I feel Doom Eternal was probably a game that was play on your own time thing. Like, you may be able to get like for a YouTuber, you could get like 1 video out of it maybe. Where Animal Crossing, you could get like 5. So it was kind of tossed to the side.
Even as much as both games were hyped by the same community.
Well, like I know one of my friends on another Discord server, he got Doom Eternal, but like he's a hardcore Doom fan, right?
Oh yeah.
So he like finished it in under a day, and then he 100%ed it in the same day, and then he stayed up all night and replayed it like 3-4 times, and then there was absolutely nothing else he could do in the game.
What the heck?
I guess that doesn't say the game.
I'm assuming by what you said, the game isn't very long.
Yeah, that kind of
that's the case.
If you're good at playing Doom, right? Like if you understand the mechanics and like just know pretty much everything like he did, it can be a very short game, as he proved. But if you're a new player, like if I were to go play that, I'd have to figure out everything from scratch, right?
Yeah. So, then again, I'm not sure how similar Doom Eternal to the other games because I haven't played any.
That's also fair, but still.
The other game I've been playing is a lot of Echo VR. It's a VR game on my Oculus Quest, and I think it's exclusive to Oculus Quest, and or any Oculus device. It's basically I think it's 4v4 zero gravity ultimate frisbee almost, or soccer but with the frisbee. It's insanely fun. The community around it are in earlier levels. When you have like level, I think 1 to 10, it's all little kids just screaming at you, and it hurts so much. But then I'm like at level 35, and I think the max is 50. And now I'm just getting people who are just good at the game and have been playing it for the last year. It's gotten kind of boring, so I've been playing like Rec Room, which is like Roblox but in VR. That's where you get a bunch of the little kids.
Oh, real quick question. I'm assuming you have a VR. Probably been on VR chat, because I know VR.
I've been on VR chat, but the problem with VR chat on the Quest is sometimes I can't even see people's avatars, and then the quality of it's not the slowest thing, but they actually limit some of them. So some avatars are only applicable. Like you can only see them if you have a PC.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then I can only use some of the avatars.
Yeah, I actually did not know VR chat was limiting. That's interesting. I guess I'm not getting it.
But the Quest is 100% worth it.
actor does not get it.
The Oculus Quest is so worth it. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, if I had money to spare and was like, why not? I'd probably buy a VR headset.
It's
They don't sound.
$500.
I've tried out VR headsets before, and they are quite a lot of.
Like the only legitimate VR headset I probably would buy is
Echo
PSVR.
VR.
Oh, I'm probably gonna get like PlayStation VR instead because.
Well, you already got the Labo.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
I don't consider it to be like a full-fledged legitimate VR experience. It's a thing, basically.
Isn't PlayStation VR like? Can it be used for other VR games, or is it mostly licensed? It's like
Any
you only have
game that
specific
came
games.
out on- Just some games that came out on PS4 can be played in VR, basically.
So it's exclusive. You can't connect your PlayStation VR to like the computer or something.
Oh no, definitely not. But
Okay, that doesn't sound as worth it. I feel like getting an
Vital-
Oculus or I can't think of an.
I tried
But-
I tried like a few games on PS. Like some of the exclusives on there are a lot better in VR than they were normally on PS. Like Gran Turismo, for example, felt pretty realistic for driving in VR. That was one of the highlights for me when I tried it out. They had like they had the steering wheel, they had the pedals, and you could actually feel the whole depth and like of the pedals steering. It was probably one of the reasons why I'm so interested in it. I've heard other games like The Elder Scrolls are also available in VR.
Thinking about VR, I just always wonder, like, eventually, sometime, they're gonna implement a thing so you can feel things in the game. Imagine playing like something on. Imagine playing like Grand Theft Auto. How would it feel to get shot? Game. You're gonna be
Probably
like.
won't go that far unless.
I doubt it's gonna be crazy. I doubt it's mostly just gonna be like a light zap or something.
Like
You're like,
any
ooh,
sci-fi thing, any
Video game
sci-fi thing I've
innovation.
seen about that, it's like, oh, you will feel a little something, but you can also turn up the density or like the pain modifier if you want to label it as that, because like some games, like you said, you get shot, that's gonna hurt.
maybe in some.
but then,
it
like,
gets so realistic to
yeah,
where
but like you said,
you
like,
die in the game, you die in real life. Uh oh.
Ready Player One style.
or FAO.
Like, video games won't ever go to that extent. Like as
New
a
YouTube challenge. How long can I survive in Grand Theft Auto without dying?
as a mainline thing, I highly doubt this would become a like a legitimate thing. Maybe as another super innovative thing that Nintendo wouldn't do. Maybe, but I don't see it happening at all.
Actually, I'm pretty sure things that allow you to feel what's happening in VR already exist, but they're very like I could have sworn I've seen people talk about them. They're very prototypey, but
Yeah,
there is ways that you feel.
They're like you never know how dangerous they can be.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it just comes down when it says feel. I'm pretty sure it's like the same texture no matter what you touch. You still get a sense.
you'll
I think
just
that's
know
probably what it
something's
is.
there or something.
The farthest we've ever gone to having something that we feel in games is probably the Nintendo Switch with its HD Rumble, but other than
Yeah.
that, I really don't think they're going to get any further. I guess you could say probably it's better than nothing for that matter.
Yeah. Okay. Dakota, do you have any other games that you played, or is this?
That's pretty much it. I think I have Origami King on here, but we already talked about that, so we didn't really need to. Again, thank you for tuning into the Switch Clicks podcast. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at the Switch Clicks Pod to keep up to date. Subscribe to the show on iTunes, YouTube, and Spotify or via RSS so you never miss a show. And while you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or you can email us at theswitchclickspodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to tune in next time for your next episode of the Switch Clicks podcast.